is looking at what are called systems of equations, which is when you have two sets of equations. In this case, are they linear equations? How do you know that they're linear? The highest exponent is 1, all right? The only exponent is 1, really, in this case. And we're in grade 10s, and we only look at linear equations. So we're going to learn to solve these things 3 different ways. The first way today is graphing. So if I want to graph these two, what form do I need to put them in? We just had them all on the board. There's 3 different forms of an equation. Which one is most useful when sketching a graph? Mx plus b. You want to write, yeah, slope y-intercept form. You want to make them all look like y is equal to mx plus b. So this first one here, I'm going to move the 2x over to the other side. So I get that. And then I want y equals not 3y, so I'm dividing off the 3 to everything. I get y is equal to 4 minus 2/3 x. So what's my slope and y-intercept of that graph? What's my slope? -2 over 3. And the y-intercept is 4. So on the graph, we go to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slope is -2/3, so down 2 over 3. I'm just going to do it again because I need to have an accurate line. There's our straight line, pseudo-straight anyway. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this line. I want y equals mx plus b. So the easiest way for this one is just move the 3x over. What's my slope? -3, I'll write it as -3 over 1, and my y-intercept is 11. So up to 11, I go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 1, down 3, and over 1, down 3, and over 1. If I draw a line, and they intersect at that point, especially if you drew them correctly. Drawing lines correctly, like with an actual straight edge, is important when we're doing these types of things, okay? So the solution of this system, of these two equations, is basically where they intersect. And where they intersect is a coordinate pair that has the coordinates what and what. What's my x and y coordinates for this point? 452, 451. Okay. Sorry, what is it? 3 and 2. Kind of 451. Right. So that is the solution. You write it as an ordered pair. Okay. All right. Is that okay? Flip the page, please. So, whenever you are asked to solve a system of equations, even if they give you a graph, that's a system of equations because it's 2 lines. What is the answer for this one right here? It's always where they intersect. So what are the coordinates of that point? 2 and -1. And then we always write the answer as an ordered pair. All right, one more, and I'll give you a couple practice ones. So two equations. You write them in y is equal to mx plus b every single time. It's your very first step. So the first one, I move the 2x to the other side by subtracting 2x from each side. I get y is equal to 2 minus 2x, which has a y-intercept of 2, slope of negative 2, so down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, 2 over 1. Line. Really bad straight line again. That is a horrendous line. There's like a tiny bit in this section here that is straight, and then everything else is curved. And then for the next one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll move the x over, so I get negative 3y equals 15 minus x. Divide by negative 3. Y is equal to negative 5 plus x over 3. So what is my slope and y-intercept for the green one here? What's my slope? 1 over 3, because it's the number in front of the x, so it's 1 over 3. And the y-intercept is negative 5. So negative 5. We go up 1 over 3. Boom, there's my intersection. Draw a line. So this has the solution of 3 and negative 4. All right. Are there any questions about that so far? Sketch the graphs, where they intersect, that's your answer. Now, you can always check your answer or verify your answer. So if I know, or if I'm saying that 3 and negative 4 is the answer, if I plug in 3 and negative 4 for x and y into each of these original equations, I should get a true statement. So for example, if I go, we have 2x plus y is equal to 2. And I go, okay, my x value is 3, so I sub that in for x. My y value is negative 4, that in for y. What's 2 times 3? What's 6 minus 4? Does 2 equal to 2? That makes sense, right? So you know you did it right. And if you did it for the other one, you should get a true statement as well. Okay, so that's a way you can verify it. Any questions? Put it in y equals mx plus b. Sketch the lines. Use a ruler. Don't do what I did and get some wavy stuff unless you're going to mark out a whole bunch of points. Where they intersect is your answer. That's it. Here's what I'd like you to do. Question. We're not doing 1. Question number 2. Just graph it and give me the answer. And then for number 3, I want you to do A, C, and E. And I'm going to give you graph paper for number 3. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. You want to use your own. So number 2 and 3, A, C, and E.